Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the drama film, The Skin I Live In. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. The Gal artificial skin, developed by plastic surgeon Robert Ledyard, is resistant to burns and insect bites, and it has been tested on athymic mice, according to Ledyard. When he secretly admits he has also carried out illegal transgenic experiments on humans, he is prohibited from continuing his research after presenting his findings at a medical symposium. Ledyard is holding a young woman named Vera captive on his remote estate with the assistance of one of his slaves, Marilia. Ledyard requests Marilia to fire the other servants because his official tests have been put on hold. Zeka, Marilia's estranged son, appears in a tiger costume and begs his mother to hide him for a few days while Ledyard is away. Zeka has just committed a heist. He requests to meet Vera after spotting her on Ledyard's security camera screens. He invites himself in, and when Marilia declines to let him stay, he ties and gags her before raping Vera. Arriving Ledyard kills Zeka. Marilia reveals to Vera that she is the mother of both Zeka and Ledyard by other men, a truth she has not previously told them, while Ledyard disposes of Zeka's body. Although Marilia's employers adopted Ledyard, she ultimately nurtured him. Ledyard went to medical school and wed a woman named Gal, while Zeka later departed to live on the streets and smuggle drugs. Years later, Zeka came back, and he and Gal took off together. Gal suffered severe burn injuries in the horrific car accident they were involved in. Ledyard had taken her from the car while Zeka had left the scene believing she had died. In the present, Zeka had confused Vera for Gal, which she did not dispute. She then lived without any mirrors in complete darkness. Gal unexpectedly catches her own reflection in the glass one day as her daughter Norma is singing in the garden. Horrified by the sight, Gal jumps to her death. Ledyard makes a comeback in the present and spends the night with Vera. He had dreams throughout the night about his past, in particular the night of a wedding 6 years ago, when he discovered his daughter Norma lying comatose on the ground. After awakening with Ledyard standing above her, Norma, who had been taking medication for psychosis after seeing her mother's suicide rendered her mentally unstable, begins to believe that Ledyard had raped her. She then develops a dread of all men and spends years in a mental health facility. She eventually commits suicide the same way her mother did. The identical occurrence appears in Vera's dreams as well. A young man named Vicente, who works in his mother's clothing store, crashes the wedding and meets Norma there. He has used drugs, just like everyone else at the party. He enters the garden with Norma. She enumerates the psychiatric drugs she has used. Norma declares she would prefer to be completely naked and starts removing part of her clothing. Vicente gives her a kiss and praises her. Vicente is on top of her as they lie down when she begins to suddenly respond frantically to the music playing, the same tune she was singing when her mother committed suicide, and scream. She bites Vicente's hand when he tries to quieten her screaming. She loses consciousness as a result of his slap. Just as Ledyard arrives, he rearranges her clothing and exits the scene while nervously scanning the area for prospective witnesses. He is unaware that Ledyard spots him riding off on his motorcycle. Vicente is pursued by Ledyard, who, while hiding, knocks him off his motorcycle, kidnaps him, and holds him captive. Vicente's mother calls the police to report him missing, but when they discover his motorbike at the base of a cliff, they inform her that he is probably already dead and has been carried away by the tide. She continues to look for her son even though she thinks he is still alive. Ledyard performs a vaginoplasty on him in the meantime, then teaches him how to gradually stretch the new vagina. Ledyard physically alters Vicente over the course of 6 years, giving him a true female face, voice, breasts, and buttocks, and renaming him Vera. Vicente strives to maintain his sanity and stick to the essence of his genuine identity during this time. Marilia returns to work at Ledyard's home to take care of Vera, Vicente, after a 4-year absence. Marilia, who does not trust Vera, is shocked by Ledyard's new friendship with her in the present. One of Ledyard's co-workers, Fulgencio, reads a news article about the missing Vicente and recognizes him as a client who underwent a sex change there. He charges Ledyard with forging Vicente's consent and using him in experiments. Overhearing their chat, Vera claims to be there of her own free will, denies being Vicente, and asserts that she has always been a woman to Fulgencio. Vera discovers a picture of Fulgencio dressed as Vicente next to the news article about missing people after he departs. Ledyard and Vera begin having intercourse in the middle of the night, but Vera informs him that it is still painful from Zeka's rape. Vera takes Ledyard's rifle and shoots him while ostensibly going downstairs to look some lubrication. After hearing the shot, Marilia rushes into the bedroom armed with her own pistol and discovers her son Ledyard dead on the bed. Marilia is shot and killed by Vera, who is hiding under the bed. Marilia exhales her final words, "I knew it." Vicente visits his mother's dress boutique for the first time since being abducted after being released from captivity and the obligation to comply with Ledyard's demands. He sobs as he describes his captivity, forced sex change, and the killings to his former lesbian co-worker Cristina, whom Vicente had loved 6 years earlier. In the movie's final statement, "I am Vicente," Vicente gently tells them who he is as his mother enters the room. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.